Hello, and welcome to my new series, Redstone in 20 minutes. Okay, let's get started. So, in this series, I am going to be basically teaching, as you can probably guess, Redstone, and they're going to have about 20-minute long episodes. Bet you couldn't guess that, Redstone in 20 minutes. So, today is going to be the very easiest episode of them all. Well, you could consider it the easiest or the hardest. Depends. What you're seeing right here is redstone wire. Yeah, I think you knew that much. That's what it looks like when it moves. You go down, between, move that way, can go up. Okay. This is a redstone torch. Redstone torches can go on blocks. Okay, very simple episode. Okay, that's it. Okay, we are going to lag spike. Yeah, I don't like that. You ever placed block there? Have you? Okay, so basically, this episode is going to be teaching the very basics of redstone. Before 1.5, although 1.5 came out, there were three main types of inputs. Well, yeah, there still are three main types of inputs. They are pressure plate of some sort. Oops. Get rid of that. Button and lever. Those are the three main types. Those are the three main ways that a user can interact with a thing. Those different types of buttons, levers can be placed on different parts of the block. They all have got a similar thing. So let's place some redstone right there, right there. Okay. Step on the pressure plate. What happens? That lights up. That redstone right there is on now. On redstone can be used to power things, such as in this case right now that I'm about to show you. That's a sticky piston right there. I'll do a piston before I go into sticky pistons. Watch this. So when a person or mob stands on a stone pressure plate, it activates. Wooden pressure plates are different. Wooden pressure plates, any entity, such as an item, could do it. A button is similar, although you press it. A lever, here, let me just hook this up, like that. Okay, lever, you pull, and it stays on until you pull it again. So those are the three most basic things of Minecraft. Three most basic redstone contraptions in Minecraft. Yep. Watch this. Both of them turn on. Very basic. Okay. This thing right here is a repeater. You can right click it and add delays. So you press the button, that's a very small delay. You probably won't be able to see it. You could see that, couldn't you? Okay. So a redstone wire. What am I doing? Okay. A redstone wire powers can travel, I believe it is 15 blocks without having any repeater. You see how they get darker as you go? And this is completely off after 15 blocks. Now, what a repeater does, is it makes the signal back at its strongest. And also repeaters can add slight delays, such as in this scenario. Now that delays. Okay, another concept. Now we're going to get into a bit of a harder concept. Although not too hard. A block can be powered. You've already done this. When you press this button, the block's being powered, which is powering that. Oh, whoops. Gotta turn it on. Peaceful, don't want mobs. Or you can just decide you want to stay there. Oh, never mind. Okay. So, right now, this block is not powered. When I press this button, this block's being powered. A block can also be powered if a redstone torch is under it. This block is now powered. See? You can see that by that. It's powered. The block is powered. Any redstone on top will be powered. Now, redstone torches. Probably wondered what use are they. They're dim enough that you can't even scare off mobs with them. So what use are they? Watch this. Right now, this redstone torch is providing power. You see? When I power this block with this button, that turns off. It's magic. Not really. It's just very simple redstone. It also works with lever and okay, so that is called an inverter. They invert it. In other words, they make it backwards. These can go off of there. So, if a block is now, let's get into what can happen if a block is powered. So, this block right here was powered. Yeah, it's powered. See, it's powered. Okay, let's get rid of that. So, any redstone wire directly underneath it, above it, or in any direction coming off of it will be powered. A repeater, though, well, let's see. I forgot to tell you guys this. Watch this. Repeater can only go one way. See, that doesn't travel through. It doesn't work at the side. Well, actually, they added a new update where that happens in a locks. I'll get into those later. I really am not even too familiar with those. So, that was in 1.4 when they added that. Now 1.5. Come out today. So happy. It's great. If the repeater is facing, if the back of the repeater, so you can see with the texture, that's facing out. If that's facing away from the block in any direction, coming out in this way, here, let's say like this, then it'll work. It will not work if it's on top like that. That will not work. Okay, so, oh, also, redstone torch. That block was powered. Redstone torches in all directions like this. You can't place them on the other side, see? Well, you can, but you can't. In all directions, they will be powered. So, as you saw when I placed a torch here, all of these were powered. If I placed them there, it wouldn't be. So, there you go. That is very basics of redstone repeaters and redstone torches. So now let's show how blocks can be powered. And I will show this for all of you people who already know a bunch about redstone. Yes, this block is powered, but it will not output that signal, and I will go into detail about that later, but I'll show that to you now. There are several, by several I mean many different ways that a block can be powered. Let's go out a bit. I don't want to be too close to that. There are many ways that a block can be powered. Oh, and by the way, it has to be a solid block. If you don't know what that means, I'll teach it to you later. If you don't know what that means. Okay. So, as you know, there's these ways. Yeah. And, I'm not really sure about redstone blocks. Red 1.5 literally just came out, so I don't know a ton about it. Weather clear. Okay. So, it's about 10 minutes long. Okay, so right now this block's unpowered. It can be powered if a redstone torch comes from the underside of it. See, powered. Oh, don't do that. Don't place one there like that. It won't turn out good for you. Okay, so that's powered. There's one way. Another way is a repeater. If the short end of the repeater, so that the repeater where that is right there, that little line right there, if a repeater of that is on, goes into it, this block is now powered. And if a redstone wire, it can be facing in any direction like this. If a redstone wire is on while it's on top of it, if a redstone wire points directly into it, this is when it gets into facing directions. If this wire is pointing directly into it, and I will go into detail about this, but then that turns on. So those are several ways. Let me think about it a bit more. You could, if it's not pointing in any direction, it's the equivalency of it. Okay, so if a redstone wire is not pointing in any direction if it's powered, which means, like, let's say this is like this and it's powered, it's the equivalency as if it's powering all these blocks around here. So yeah, let's get a better example. So it's the equivalency that it's powering all of these blocks right around here if that's facing in no direction. See, every single one on. Okay, now is when it'll get a bit trickier. Okay. You see how this is facing in to there, and that's not coming out? Although this block is powered, it cannot go from redstone wire to redstone wire. It just won't work. So it can't go from redstone wire to redstone wire. You have to have this like this. Although it can power torches, and it can power outputs. Okay, so now I'm going to teach you about outputs. So, it's right here. There's a piston, a sticky piston. Sticky pistons can push blocks like a regular piston, but then they pull them back. Very useful on some occasions. You'll use many sticky pistons if you keep doing redstone. Many sticky pistons. Okay, so if this block right here is powered, that gets it. If there's wire that directly goes into it, it'll get powered. If it's adjacent, such as this, so let's say this happens, that gets powered. It's on top of it. It's powered. Where a redstone torch touches it, powered. Basically, if any power source touches it, like if a repeater is directly facing into it, powers. That's just a standard output. Could work with TNT if you really wanted. Dropper, dispenser, note block, anything like that will work. So, can you work with trapdoors, fence gates, can work with the powered rails, really anything that is an output of redstone, that's how it'll work. So, probably got about 5 minutes left, because it's 20 minutes, it's gotta be 20 minutes long. Okay, so I think I am going to, right now, maybe show some kind of example of how you could use this. So, your first piston door ever. Dun dun dun. Very first piston door. One way awesomeness. Oh yeah. And you guys shouldn't know how this works, but then this will work also. This is like one of the most compact piston doors that's both ways, is this. It's buttons. Like, literally, this is the most compact possible, I believe. If I'm correct. Maybe with 1.5 coming out, there's some kind of new way, but 1.5 came out. Since 1.5 came out, there's probably some new way to do it that's more compact, but in 1.4, that was basically the most compact way to do it, if I'm not mistaken, because, I mean, 4x2 by 3 is really compact, just to let you know, if you don't know that. Okay, I guess I will show you locked repeaters. Locked repeaters, it'll keep the input that it has when it originally, so let's say this unlocks and then the locks, even if we turn this off, that'll be locked on, okay? Okay, I guess that will be just about it for this episode. Well, I guess I'll show you, no, I guess I won't show you comparators. Here. Really fast. Cool thing. Or actually, I'll teach you something. Piston can extend and pull back a piston. Although, it cannot do that if the piston's on. So, let's say that this is on right here. This can't push it. No. Doesn't work. So that's something cool. Well, I guess it's not cool because then it makes it so it's really hard to do things like piston extenders. Ooh, I should show you that. This is how a piston extender works. Okay. I just went off onto a crazy haywire thing. Okay, so thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode. And if you have any like questions or suggestions on what I should do next for my next episode, just leave it in the comments. And thank you for watching. Closing scene. What we did today. Redstone in 20 minutes. Oh, whoops. 20 minutes. Dun dun dun. Fade out. Closing. Okay, see you next time. Thanks for watching. And let's end by pressing this.